Hi guys, my name is Daniel Mitchell and I'm the Assistant Technical Director here at San Antonio College. I'm responsible for most of the audio things that we do, especially during events and even shows. Like for instance, I was a sound designer for Diary of Anne Frank, which just closed a couple of weeks ago in October. So that's my role here, and so now we're going to go and check out our soundboard and talk a little bit about signal flow and how that works. Thanks. Now that we're up here, we can actually talk about signal flow. We can talk about how sound originates, gets to the board, and is sent out from there. So all sound has some sort of source, some sort of point of origin, okay? So it could be a CD player, it could be a guitar plugged into an amplifier, which we've then mic'd, or in our case, let's just say that a person is singing into a microphone. So there's lots of different types of microphones. There's dynamic and condenser, but essentially that microphone is just taking the audible sound and transferring that into an electrical signal. That electrical signal will be sent to the board via usually an XLR cable, which is a 3-pin cable, industry standard, very, very, very common. In our case, our stage and our booth are very far away. And in fact, we have a 250-foot snake to help us get there. So a snake is just a series of cables all wrapped up together, and it's an easy way to plug things in long distances as opposed to having to run a 100-foot cable every single time you plug something in. So the snake will plug into the back of the board, and that allows us to do a lot of different things with the board. So we can route to different things. So we can route to monitors on left and right, or backstage monitors. Some systems have in-ear monitor systems. For instance, a lot of concerts, they're going to use in-ears and stage monitors. But we can also do EQ here. We can add gain, which will attenuate or boost a signal. We can also, and through EQ, we can do a lot of things to make the sound better. So there's highs, there's lows, just like in your car stereo. But there's some really cool things too. This board, it was just an analog board, allows us to pick a frequency. So it has a high-mid selector, so we can select a specific frequency and then boost or diminish that signal to give us the sound that we really want. This is really important because a female and a male singer, for instance, are going to sound very, very different with the same EQ because of the voice quality that they have. So from the board, we have that signal. We can take that signal in all these different places and all these different things. However, it's not enough to power a speaker. So the great thing is we have these things called power amplifiers. So we take a signal coming out of the board and it goes into an amplifier, and the amplifier is going to boost that signal quite a bit. And for instance, our amplifiers are usually 2-channel 3,000 watt amplifiers. So each channel is outputting about 1,500 watts, which is quite a bit of power. The speaker cable coming from the amplifier to the speaker is a much thicker gauge of wire because it's transmitting a lot more power, that whole 1,500 watts in that cable, as opposed to the smaller cable like an XLR that's transmitting a very, very small signal. Our speakers are passive speakers, meaning they cannot work without an external amplifier. There are speakers out there that are considered powered amplifiers that have an amplifier inside of them. So they require AC power just like anything else, and a speaker wire getting there, sending it the actual audio signal. So that's kind of the difference between a powered and a passive speaker. One requires an external amplifier, and the powered speaker has an internal amplifier in it. And basically from there, it's just about your ears picking up the audio from there, and you're done. From start to finish.